What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go on my WWE Summerslam review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video before you connect with me the right way. Also, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live 3 days a week on YouTube, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord and threads down below in the description. And let's go over SummerSlam. Okay. So we got the let me go over the match card. We got the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Tribal Combat Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Then we got the WWE World Heavyweight Champion match: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, MMA Rules match: Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey, which is that match should have been a fire pits match. But anyway, that's just a prime example. Then we got WWE Women's Championship match, triple threat match: Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. That match was not too good. Then we got Logan Paul versus Ricochet. That match was good. Then we got WWE Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. That match was good. And then we got the Battle Royal presented by Slim Jim, LA Knight versus Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory versus Santos Escobar versus Karrion Kross versus Grayson Waller versus Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles, accompanied by Mia Yim. The Miz versus Grayson Waller, Luke Gallows versus Carl Anderson versus Butch versus Rich Holland, Tommaso Ciampa versus Otis versus Chad Gable versus Ivar versus Eric coming by Valhalla versus Apollo Crews versus Cameron Grimes versus JD Madon and versus Omos. That Battle Warrior match was just terrible, but I'm glad LA Knight won. Then it says, after the video package narrated by Kid Rock, Michael Cole and Corey Graves welcomed the audience to the broadcast before transitioning into the opening match. Okay, first match of the night. We get Logan Paul versus Ricochet. This match was fantastic. This match was good. The opening contest began with Logan Paul making fun of Ricochet's bald head, to which Ricochet responded with a slap, the Tijeras, and a dropkick to send Logan Paul to the outside. The two ran the ropes back into the ring before Logan Paul caught Ricochet with a back elbow to Ricochet's jaw. Logan Paul hit a hip toss onto a chin lock on Ricochet, but Ricochet got out of the hole. Logan Paul tosses Ricochet into the apron with the bandera toss before wrapping, trying to choke him with a middle rope. Logan Paul got Ricochet and hit a neck breaker on Ricochet onto the apron, kissing his girlfriend at ringside. Back in the ring, Logan Paul hit a series of body shots on Ricochet in the corner, dominating the proceedings of the bout before hitting a running power slam on Ricochet for a near fall. Logan Paul caught Ricochet with a big boot before catching him with a Hogan Paul leg split drop for a near fall. Logan Paul went for some offense on Ricochet, but Ricochet caught him with a spine buster before hitting the people's moonsault for a near fall. Ricochet ran the ropes, but Logan Paul caught him with a backdrop. Logan Paul got Ricochet before hitting him with a springboard moonsault. Logan Paul went for a Ricochet went for Logan Paul went for a Spanish fly on Ricochet off the apron, but Ricochet landed on his feet on the outside before Ricochet hit a Spanish fly off his own on Logan Paul. Logan Paul pulled Ricochet off the apron to the outside before hitting a buckshot STO on Ricochet to the outside. Back in the ring, Logan Paul hit a diamond crossbody followed by a standing moonsault on Ricochet, but Ricochet kicked out at 2. Logan Paul went for a shoulder block on Ricochet, but Ricochet evaded and sent Logan Paul crashing into the ring post. Ricochet got himself and Logan Paul to the top rope and hit a Hurricanrana neck breaker off the top rope, regaining the momentum of the match. Ricochet hit a headbutt on Logan Paul in the corner, a crossbody and a running shooting star press on Logan Paul to get the pin, but Logan Paul kicked out. Ricochet kicked Logan Paul in the back and chest. Logan Paul went for a blue thunder bomb, but Ricochet landed on his feet and tried to regain control of the match. But Logan Paul responded with a moonsault into a tornado DDT on Ricochet for a near fall. Logan Paul went for a powerbomb, but Ricochet reverses it with a V trigger and the recoil. Ricochet saw the opening and climbed to the top rope, before going for the shooting star press. But Logan Paul blocked it with his knees and caught Ricochet in the inside cradle for a near fall. Logan Paul caught Ricochet and hit a reverse powerbomb before hitting a springboard fall splash for a near fall. Logan Paul went for the jab, but Ricochet caught him with a thirst kick before hitting the destination kick, the caster roll, and the Dorado special moonsault on Logan Paul for a near fall. Ricochet stumbled away at Logan Paul before going for a 630 senton, but Logan Paul rolled out of the way. One of the Paul guards gave Logan Paul a brass knuckles, allowing Logan Paul to hit Ricochet with a brass assistant jab for the pinfall win. The winner of the match, Logan Paul. This was a good match, but the ending was lame. You can tell by Samantha was so Samantha Urban was pissed off. Okay, there was a video package. There was a video of Sheamus arriving at the arena with a monster truck. So we get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. This was pretty good for what it was. Pretty good match. Cody Rhodes immediately attacked Brock Lesnar to begin the match, but Brock Lesnar responded by tossing Cody Rhodes with a German suplex. Cody Rhodes got back in the ring and hit the drop down right hand and two disaster kicks before going for a third, but Brock Lesnar pounced him midair. Brock Lesnar hit a series of shoulder blocks on Cody Rhodes before going for another one, but Cody Rhodes is ready to send Brock Lesnar crashing into the ring post. Cody Rhodes hit a tope suicide on Brock Lesnar to the outside. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes brawl on the outside, with Brock Lesnar slamming Cody Rhodes into the ring post. Brock Lesnar in the ring. Brock Lesnar kicked Cody Rhodes' legs before curling Cody Rhodes with an overhead toss into the mat. Brock Lesnar hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Cody Rhodes before continuing to work on Cody Rhodes' ribs. Brock Lesnar hit a snap suplex on Cody Rhodes before going for a pin, but Cody Rhodes kicked out. Brock Lesnar hit a German suplex on Cody Rhodes, sending Cody Rhodes to the outside. Cody Rhodes rolled back in the ring, but Brock Lesnar caught him with a knee strike before hitting yet another German suplex to send him to the outside. Cody Rhodes got back in the ring after the count of 6, but Brock Lesnar pushed him off the apron into the ringside floor before shouting at Cody Rhodes, "Save yourself." Cody Rhodes refused to listen and got himself back in the ring. Brock Lesnar told Cody Rhodes it would only get worse before catching him with another snap suplex, sending him to the outside. Excuse me. Cody Rhodes came back to the ring, but Brock Lesnar clotheslined him to the outside. Cody Rhodes got back in the ring, but Brock Lesnar got out of the ring and pulled Cody Rhodes before hitting him with the F5 to the outside. Despite Michael Cole's pleas to stay out, Cody Rhodes got back in the ring. Cody Rhodes hit 2 jabs on Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar tossed him with an overhead suplex before going outside and hitting an F5 on Cody Rhodes through the broadcast table on the outside. Despite the outlaw, Cody Rhodes still got up and got himself back in the ring. Brock Lesnar hit another belly-to-belly suplex on Cody Rhodes before catching him with another German suplex. With Cody Rhodes pulling a turnbuckle pad, Cody Rhodes got outside and tried to hit Brock Lesnar with the stairs, but Brock Lesnar kicked the stairs. Cody Rhodes pushes Brock Lesnar into the ring post before hitting him with the stairs. Cody Rhodes got Brock Lesnar back in the ring and hit 2 Cody cutters on Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar kicked out at 2. Cody Rhodes went for a crossroads, but Brock Lesnar reverses it by locking in the Kimura lock. Brock Lesnar locked the hold deep, but Cody Rhodes managed to get out of the ring. Get out of the hold, but getting a rope break. Brock Lesnar went for an F5, but Cody Rhodes pushes Brock Lesnar into the exposed turnbuckle before locking in the Kimura lock on Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes had the hold deep, but Brock Lesnar drilled Cody Rhodes' head into the mat to break the hold. Brock Lesnar went for an F5 on Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes floated over and hit the crossroads on Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes rolled over and hit a second crossroads before getting the trifecta of the crossroads on Brock Lesnar for the pinfall win. The winner of the match, Cody Rhodes. This was a pretty good match. Before the match, MVP announced that Omos would be in the 25th member of the Slim Jim Battle Royal. I did not know Omos was in this match. So let's move on. Battle Royal presents by Slim Jim. This match was terrible, but I'm glad LA Knight won. So we get Battle Royal presented by Slim Jim. LA Knight versus Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed versus Austin Theory. Santos Escobar versus Karrion Kross versus Grayson Waller versus Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles, coming by Mia Yim versus The Miz versus Grayson Waller versus Luke Gallows versus Carl Anderson versus Butch versus Rich Holland versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Otis versus Chad Gable versus Ivar versus Eric, coming by Valhalla versus Apollo Crews versus Cameron Grimes versus JD McDonagh versus Rick Boogs versus Omos. This match was terrible, but I'm glad LA Knight won. Now, if LA Knight did not win this match, the fans will go crazy. But I'm glad LA Knight won. But this match was terrible, but I'm glad LA Knight won. All the competitors brought in the ring before Omos entered the ring. Omos tossed Apollo Crews and JD McDonagh out of the ring, getting the first two eliminations. Omos then tossed Rick Boogs. Omos was attacked by the Brawling Brutes and Alpha Academy, but Omos fought them off. Vinci and Caster tossed Otis out of the ring, but Gable caught them with a suplex. Gable tossed Vinci with a belly-to-belly for elimination. Gable hit a T-bone on Eric, but Caster caught him with an enziguri kick. Ivar went for a springboard move, but Ciampa tossed him out of the ring. Ciampa tossed Eric with a knee strike before hitting the Widow's Bell on Nakamura. Bronson Reed got Ciampa and slammed him into the ring post before eliminating him for the match. Theory called Rich Holland flush with a jab for elimination before hitting the A-Town down on Cameron Grimes to send him out of the ring. Escobar clotheslines Theory out of the ring, eliminating him for the match. Cross saw Escobar and caught him with the boot for elimination. Caster tossed Gable to the apron, but Gable schemed the cat and pulled Caster from the head, eliminating him from the match. Riddle and Bush tried to double team Omos, but Omos picks them up and tossed them out of the ring. Omos dominating the proceedings of the match, but was caught with a series of jabs from LA Knight before eating a boot. Everyone remained attacking Omos before the entire field joined forces to dump Omos out of the ring, eliminating him for the match. Gable locked in an ankle lock on Grayson Waller, but Grayson Waller rolled out of the ring. The Miz and Grayson Waller hit a skull clutch finale / rolling flatliner on Gable before sending him to the apron. Miz tries to dump LA Knight out of the ring, but LA Knight got on the apron before tossing the Miz out of the ring. Sheamus hit a knee strike on Grayson Waller before clotheslining him out of the ring. Bronson Reed attacks LA Knight and Sheamus. AJ Styles hit the parallel kick on Karrion Kross, eliminating him from the match. Gable went for a chaos theory on Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed blocked it before tossing him out of the ring. Bronson Reed tried to eliminate LA Knight, but LA Knight got him in the guillotine before dumping him out of the ring for the elimination. AJ was tossed to the apron with the bandera. AJ Styles went for a forearm, but Karrion Kross distracts AJ Styles before Sheamus caught him with a boot kick for the elimination. LA Knight and Sheamus were the last ones, with LA Knight with a boot kick for elimination. LA Knight and Sheamus were the last ones, with LA Knight hitting an elbow drop. LA Knight went for the BFT, but Sheamus evaded and hit a knee strike. Sheamus went for the Celtic Cross, but LA Knight evaded before tossing Sheamus onto the apron. Sheamus got to the top rope, but LA Knight met him there and hit a belly-to-belly suplex before clotheslining Sheamus for the elimination and the win. The winner of the match, LA Knight. I'm glad LA Knight won, but the match itself was just terrible. So we get an MMA rules match: Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. The crowd was not into this match. The crowd was taking a restroom break, but this match wasn't good. This should have been a fire pits match right here. This match should have been a fire pit match, but Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey put Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey inside the cage and had a fire pit match. But this MMA rules match was not that good. But Shayna Baszler got the win. The match began with Ronda Rousey attempting some jabs, but Shayna Baszler blocked it. Ronda Rousey hit a judo throw before going for Shayna Baszler's kidneys, but Shayna Baszler hit a takedown and went for a guillotine. Ronda Rousey got out of Baszler's hold before going for a juji me, but Shayna Baszler rolled out of it before the two got back to their corners. Shayna Baszler hit Ronda Rousey with a kick to the thigh before catching Ronda Rousey with a high knee, sending Ronda Rousey out of the ring. Ronda Rousey got back in the ring, but Shayna Baszler caught her with some jabs before locking in a knee bar on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey in a knee bar of her own. The two exchange strikes. Ronda Rousey escaped Shayna Baszler's hold before catching Shayna Baszler with a jumping knee. Ronda Rousey got back up, but Ronda Rousey responded by slamming Shayna Baszler's face to the mat. Ronda Rousey locked in a modified head scissors while punching away at Shayna Baszler's wrist, but Shayna Baszler got back up while holding Ronda Rousey before the two crashed to the outside with Shayna Baszler landing on her shoulders. Medical professionals checked on Shayna Baszler's shoulders while Ronda Rousey tossed the professionals out of the way. Ronda Rousey argued with the referee before Shayna Baszler got back up. The two exchanged strikes before Shayna Baszler hit a German suplex on Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler locked in the Kirifuda clutch on Ronda Rousey, but Ronda Rousey rolled through by locking in the Juji. Shayna Baszler rolled through in reverse Ronda Rousey's hold in an ankle lock, but Ronda Rousey reverses it with a weird naked choke. Ronda Rousey tried to make Shayna Baszler pass out, but Shayna Baszler evaded. Ronda Rousey went for a high knee again, but Shayna Baszler caught her again with the Kirifuda clutch. Ronda Rousey tried to attack Shayna Baszler's arm to break the hold, but Shayna Baszler bit her own glove to tighten up the clutch. Shayna Baszler caused Ronda Rousey to pass out, giving her the technical submission win. The winner of the match by submission, Shayna Baszler. That match was not that good, but that match itself should have been a fire pits match. Shouts to the person on Twitch. Go get the table. Shouts to go get the table on Twitch, man. He said the exact same thing. That match itself should have been a fire pits match. Anyway, let's move on. So we get the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther accompanied by Louis Caster and Giovanni Vinci versus Drew McIntyre. And this match was amazing. This was some hard hitting match right here. The match began with the two locking up before the two exchanged shoulder blocks, with Drew McIntyre dropping Gunther. Gunther responded with a kick and an uppercut and a headlock takeover on McIntyre. But McIntyre escapes the hold by hitting a suplex on Gunther before Gunther rolled out of the ring. The two briefly brawled on the outside before Drew McIntyre and Gunther got back in the ring. Gunther hit an uppercut on McIntyre, but McIntyre responded with a headbutt to send him to the outside. The two brawled on the outside before Gunther slammed McIntyre into the stairs. Back in the ring, Gunther stumbled away at McIntyre. McIntyre exchanged holds with Gunther, but Gunther dropped him with a vicious chop before picking him back up and smacking him in the chest again. Gunther got McIntyre back up and hit a butterfly suplex on McIntyre, but McIntyre kicked out. Gunther hit a short hand lariat on McIntyre before going for another, but McIntyre shook it off. The two exchanged clotheslines before Gunther swung back and hit a lariat in a German suplex on McIntyre, but McIntyre popped back up and hit a lariat of his own on Gunther. McIntyre hit a series of chops on Gunther before hitting two belly-to-belly throws on Gunther. Gunther hit a chop on McIntyre, but McIntyre responded with a neckbreaker before doing a kip-up. McIntyre went for a Claymore kick, but Gunther evaded and hit a shotgun drop kick. Gunther went for a powerbomb, but Drew McIntyre evaded and hit a Tiger Bomb, followed by a future shot DDT for a near fall. McIntyre got to the corner and set up for the Claymore, but Gunther rolled out of the way out of the ring. Gunther tried to get some space, but McIntyre caught him outside with a tough con girl. Back in the ring, McIntyre went for the Claymore, but Gunther caught him with a drop kick before hitting a powerbomb for a near fall. Gunther hit a knee drop on McIntyre before catching him with a splash for a near fall. Gunther slapped McIntyre's neck before going for another chop, but it was interrupted by McIntyre. The two exchanged vicious chops before Gunther went for a chop, but McIntyre evaded before catching Gunther with a claymore to get the pin on Gunther. But Gunther kicked out. McIntyre got Gunther on the top rope and went for an avalanche pile driver, but Gunther stopped him. The two exchanged strikes on the top rope before Gunther pushes McIntyre into the ropes. Gunther saw the opening and hit a splash and a vicious lariat and Tiger Bomb on McIntyre for the pinfall win. The winner and still your WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther. That was a good match. This was some hard hitting between Drew McIntyre and Gunther. So we get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Good match. Finn Balor. This was a good match. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins attack each other before the match. The match officially began with the two exchanging punches before Seth Rollins hitting a knee lift and a lariat on Balor. Seth Rollins hit a series of chops on Balor before catching him into Irish whip / forearm sequence on Balor. Seth Rollins went for a suplex, but Balor floated over and hit a boot kick before he hit a takedown on into a double stomp on Balor. Finn Balor hit a chop on Seth Rollins and worked on Seth Rollins' arm. Finn Balor grounded Seth Rollins and like a hammerlock on Seth Rollins. Finn Balor continued to work on Seth Rollins' left arm before tossing Rollins' shoulder right into the turnbuckle. Finn Balor locked in another hammerlock on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins got out of the hole and hit some strikes on Finn Balor, but Finn Balor responded by hitting the Tajiri into a Russian leg sweep before locking in a Fujiwara armbar on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins got a rope break. Finn Balor went for an Irish whip, but Seth Rollins evaded and hit a gut kick, a series of headbutts, and a series of Kadawa kick and a disgust lariat. Finn Balor went for a sling blade, but Seth Rollins blocked it and hit a Falcon Arrow on Finn Balor for a near fall. Finn Balor rolled out of the ring, but Seth Rollins caught him with a three-toe suicide on Finn Balor to the outside. Seth Rollins climbed to the top rope, but Finn Balor attacked him before driving Seth Rollins' shoulder right onto the ring post. Finn Balor went outside and went for a barricade bomb, but Seth Rollins evaded and slammed Finn Balor in the apron. But Finn Balor got Seth Rollins before slamming him on a barricade bomb on the outside and received 7 years due. Back in the ring, Finn Balor hit a sling blade before hitting a bloody Sunday on Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins kicked out. Finn Balor quickly transitions and locks in a Juji Gatami armbar on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins reverses it with a buckle bomb before hitting a second one. Seth Rollins climbed to the top rope and hit a frog splash on Finn Balor, but Finn Balor kicks out. The two got back up, but Seth Rollins caught Finn Balor with a forearm. Seth Rollins went for a stomp, but Finn Balor reverses it with a wheelbarrow double stomp before hitting a shotgun dropkick and climbed to the top rope. But Seth Rollins caught him with a superplex. Seth Rollins went for another Falcon Arrow, but Finn Balor reverses it with a small package for a near fall. Seth Rollins hit a Gamagori kick on Finn Balor, but Finn Balor responded with a Pele kick before the two laid down. The two exchanged strikes before Seth Rollins went for a lariat, but Finn Balor evaded and hit a shotgun dropkick on Seth Rollins. Finn Balor went for the coup de grace, but Seth Rollins evaded before hitting the pedigree for a near fall. Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest came to ringside to watch the match. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins exchanged pins before Finn Balor launches Seth Rollins into the ropes. Where Damian Priest caught him with a jab. Finn Balor saw the opening and hit a pedigree on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins kicked out. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio distract the referee, allowing Damian Priest to give Finn Balor the Money in the Bank briefcase. Seth Rollins pushes Damian Priest off the apron before hitting a curb stomp on Finn Balor to get the pin. But Finn Balor kicked out at 2. Seth Rollins climbed the top rope and hit a dive on Damian Priest and hit a curb stomp on Dominic Mysterio on the outside. Seth Rollins got back in the ring, but Finn Balor caught him with a shotgun drop kick, a sling blade, the coup de grace on Seth Rollins before going for the pin. But Seth Rollins kicked out. Finn Balor asked Damian Priest to give him the Money in the Bank briefcase. Damian Priest placed the briefcase on the one side of the ring and distracted the referee. Finn Balor went for the briefcase, but Seth Rollins caught him with the curb stomp into the briefcase for the pinfall win. The winner is still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Then that match was good, but Finn Balor got some explaining to do. Anyway, let's move on. So we get a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship match: Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Now, thank God Charlotte Flair did not win this match, but Io Scott cashed in her Money in the Bank and pinned Bianca Belair to win the WWE Women's Championship match. But this match was just decent. This was a decent triple threat match. The match began with the three evading each other's offense before Asuka went for the Cazadora on Bianca Belair for a near fall. Bianca Belair took down Bianca Belair took down Charlotte Flair with a shoulder tackle, but Asuka caught her foot and slammed it into the top rope. Charlotte Flair hit a drop kick on Asuka before having a stare down with Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair exchanged moves before Charlotte Flair got on the apron, but Asuka pulled Charlotte Flair to the ground before they were caught by Bianca Belair with their crossbody to the outside. Bianca Belair and Asuka got back in the ring, with Asuka catching Bianca Belair with a sliding kick on Bianca Belair. Asuka stomped Bianca Belair's head before running the ropes, but Bianca Belair caught her with an elbow. Bianca Belair hit a forearm on Asuka, but Asuka responded with a pop-up knee for a near fall. Charlotte Flair attacked Asuka, but Asuka responded with a German suplex on Charlotte Flair. Asuka hit series of chest kicks on Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair caught her with a roll up for a near fall. Asuka hit a German suplex hit a suplex on Charlotte Flair before going for a German on Bianca Belair. But Bianca Belair invaded. Bianca Belair and Asuka brawled before they were taken down with the crossbody from Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair hit chops, overhead suplexes, corner splashes, a series of big boots on Charlotte Flair and Asuka before hitting a double natural selection for a near fall. Bianca Belair hit forearms on Asuka, but was greeted by Charlotte Flair with a boot. Charlotte Flair went for a figure four on Bianca Belair, but Asuka caught her with a code breaker for a near fall. The three exchanged strikes before Bianca Belair hit a lariat on Charlotte Flair, but Asuka responded by pulling Bianca Belair out of the ring. Charlotte Flair and Asuka exchanged strikes, but Bianca Belair came back to the ring and hit a DDT slash Nightbreaker combo on Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair flipped over. Asuka hit a backbreaker on Asuka and a spine buster on Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair went for a moonsault on Asuka and Bianca Belair, but the two lifted their knees. Asuka got Charlotte Flair in the Asuka lock. But Bianca Belair broke the hold with a backflip moonsault. Bianca Belair got on the rope, but Asuka sent her crashing to the ground before Charlotte Flair pushes Asuka outside. Charlotte Flair got to the top rope and hit a moonsault on Bianca Belair to the side, but Asuka caught her with a kick, getting her back in the ring and catches her with a diving DDT to get the pin. But Bianca Belair brought the pin. Bianca Belair went for the KOD, but Asuka invaded the holding to the apron. Charlotte Flair booted Asuka off the apron, but Bianca Belair caught Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair went for the KOD before Charlotte Flair landed on her feet before catching Charlotte Flair with a German suplex. Asuka locked in the Jujigami on Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair reverses it with a powerbomb. Bianca Belair got hit a gut wrench bomb on Charlotte Flair, but Asuka got her with a Asuka lock. As Asuka had the hold on Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair stacked them up for a double pin, but Bianca Belair and Asuka kicked out. Charlotte Flair attacked Asuka and Bianca Belair before hitting them with a diving moonsault. Charlotte Flair went for a figure 16 on Asuka and Bianca Belair, but the two attacked her. Bianca Belair went for a splash on Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair tosses Bianca Belair out of the ring, out of the ring with their bandera. Charlotte Flair and Asuka brought in the ring before Bianca Belair was checked on the medical professionals. Asuka got Charlotte Flair and hit her with the superplex. Charlotte Flair and Asuka exchanged strikes before Asuka hit a series of back fists on Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair responded with a spear for a near fall. Charlotte Flair got Asuka with a figure four leg lock before bridging into the figure eight leg lock. Uh, but Bianca Belair got on the top rope and hit a 450 splash on Charlotte Flair to break the hold and get a near fall. Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair exchange strikes before Bianca Belair went for the KLD, but Charlotte Flair reverses it with an arm drag. Charlotte Flair took on Asuka before locking in a figure eight on Bianca Belair's injured leg, but Asuka broke the hold and by hitting Charlotte Flair with a green mist. Asuka went for a kick, but Bianca Belair caught Asuka with a inside cradle. And the winner and your new WWE Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. But not so fast. Not so fast. Bayley and Io Sky attacked Charlotte Flair and Asuka, leading Io Sky to cash in the Money to Bring briefcase on Bianca Belair. So we get a WWE Women's Championship match. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. This was a squash match. Io Sky hit a moonsault on Bianca Belair in a quick match for a pinfall win. Dakota Kai and Bayley joined Io Sky in a celebration. The winner and your new WWE Women's Champion, Io Sky. The match was decent, but here's one thing that caught me off guard. We saw Dakota Kai, but why did Dakota Kai did not turn on Bayley? That's the question I want to know down below in the comment section. Even though that we saw Dakota Kai, but why did Dakota Kai did not pull the trigger by turning on Bayley? That's all I gotta say. But we saw Dakota Kai at SummerSlam. Okay, let's move on. So we get the main event of the evening. We get the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Tribal Combat. So we get Roman Reigns accompanied by Paul Heyman versus Jey Uso. The beginning of the match was boring, but it picked up before the end of the match. This match was the first main event match was boring, but it picked up before the ending. Okay, the main event of the evening began with the Usos and Roman Reigns having extended stare downs in the opening moment of the tribal combat. The two cousins locked up until Roman Reigns leaned Jey Uso, followed by the two shoving each other. The two lock up again before Roman Reigns locked in a headlock and hit a shoulder tackle on Jey Uso. The two lock up again before Jey Uso ran the ropes, but Roman Reigns caught him with a back elbow. Roman Reigns had control of the bout before going for a back suplex, but Jey Uso landed on his feet and hit a series of jabs and a gut kick and a slap and a clothesline and a toe suicide onto Roman Reigns' ribs. Jey Uso slammed Roman Reigns into the stairs before talking trash to Paul Heyman and pulling out a tribal from under the ring. Jey Uso set up the table, but Roman Reigns attacked him before slamming him into the stairs. Back in the ring, Roman Reigns slammed Jey Uso into the top turnbuckle, but Jey Uso responded with the insecurity in the corner. Jey Uso went for a dive, but Roman Reigns evaded before slamming him spine first into the middle turnbuckle. Jey Uso got on the apron, but Roman Reigns caught him with the drop kick for a near fall. Jey Uso got back up and hit two jabs and a spinning insecurity kick to send Roman Reigns to the outside. Jey Uso saw Roman Reigns on the outside, went for a toe, but Roman Reigns caught him with the caught him with a candlestick. Roman Reigns got back in the ring and swung the candlestick on Jey Uso's back, regaining control of the combat. Roman Reigns got Jey Uso back up and tried to swing at Jey Uso again, but Jey Uso responded with the three jabs. Roman Reigns responded with this by catching Jey Uso in the corner with a series of lariats on the corner before going for the Superman punch, but Jey Uso caught him with a swung to the ring thanks to the candlestick. Jey Uso continued to swung at Roman Reigns with a candlestick before sending him to the outside, catching him with a toe congoral. Back in the ring, Jey Uso went for a fall splash, but Jey Uso caught him with the midair with a Superman punch for a near fall. Roman Reigns went for the spear on Jey Uso, but Jey Uso rolled him up before catching him with a third kick followed by the Uso splash for a near fall. Jey Uso got a chair to attack Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman plead to Jey Uso not to attack Roman Reigns, but Jey Uso hit Roman Reigns with a chair to the back before getting a stack of chairs into the ring. Jey Uso got Roman Reigns on the apron on the top rope, but Roman Reigns headbutted him off the top. Jey Uso got back up and went for a superplex, but Roman Reigns reverses it and picked Jey Uso up before hitting a tiger bomb on Jey Uso into the stack of chairs for a near fall. Roman Reigns brought a table into the ring and placed it on the corner. Jey Uso went for a spear, but Roman Reigns picked up and placed him on the apron. The two exchanged strikes before Jey Uso tried to go for a springboard move, but Roman Reigns caught him with an uppercut. Roman Reigns went for the spear, but Jey Uso caught him with the enziguri before picking Roman Reigns up and sending him crashing with a Samoan drop through a table on the outside. Jey Uso got a breather from under the got a letter from under the ring and started whacking Roman Reigns with it on his back and chest before Roman Reigns walked to the crowd arena area. Walked to a crowd arena. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso brought on the crowd before he was attacked by Solo Sikoa, who hit a urine on Jey Uso through a table in the fan zone. Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns got Jey Uso back on the ringside area before getting him back in the ring. Solo Sikoa got in the ring and hit a spinning solo on Jey Uso in the center of the ring before picking Jey Uso's back up. Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns went for the spear spike on Jey Uso, but Jey Uso sidesteps to cause Roman Reigns to spear Solo Sikoa by accident. Jey Uso saw the opening and hit a spear on Roman Reigns to get the pin, but Roman Reigns kicked out at 2. Jey Uso attacked Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns with a steel chair before the two rolled to the outside. Jey Uso got out of the ring, but Solo Sikoa caught him with a third kick. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa had a disagreement before Jey Uso speared Roman Reigns to the barricade. Solo Sikoa picked Jey Uso back up and tried to pull Jey Uso through the table, but Jey Uso evaded and hit him with a third kick before catching Solo Sikoa with a splash through the broadcast table. Jey Uso got Roman Reigns back in the ring and hit a spear before hitting another Uso splash to get the pin on Roman Reigns. But a mystery figure pulled Jey Uso out of the ring. The mystery man was revealed to be Jimmy Uso, of all people, who ended up hitting a third kick on his own, his own twin brother, hitting a third kick on his own twin brother. Roman Reigns was bamboozled by all of this, but he saw the opening and hit a spear on Jey Uso through the table in the corner before picking up the pinfall win. Roman Reigns is still the tribal chief, and he's standing tall to end the broadcast. The winner is still your undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. And this is what got me pissed off. We saw Jimmy Uso pull Jey Uso out of the ring. Jimmy Uso super kick Jey Uso in front of everybody. After all this time, you mean to tell me that Jimmy Uso turned on Jey Uso after everything was Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns put Jimmy Uso out of action after that incredible match at Money in the Bank? So Jimmy Uso turned on his own twin brother, Jey Uso. That part got right there got me pissed off. And I know and I know Kendrick is watching this video. I saw Kendrick's video on TikTok. The look on Kendrick's face really says it all. He was pissed off about the outcome, but I guarantee you, 1,000%, that Jey Uso is going to get his hands on Jimmy Uso at WWE Payback, and I'm calling it straight down the middle. But like I said, WWE Summerslam goes off the air. But like I said earlier, now WWE SummerSlam, it was it was okay show for what it was. It was just okay for what it was. And I give it a and I want to give it a 4. A 4 point, and I'll give it a 4. And that's all I gotta say. The show was okay for what it was. But like I mentioned earlier, we all knew that Jimmy Uso was going to turn Jimmy Uso turned on Jey Uso on his own twin brother. After everything that Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns did to Jimmy Uso by putting him out of action, the Usos had that incredible match at Money in the Bank, and they beat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in that incredible match at Money in the Bank. But fast forward, Jimmy Uso super kicked Jey Uso at SummerSlam. But I guarantee you 1,000% that Jey Uso is going to get his payback on Jimmy Uso at WWE Payback September 2nd. And I guarantee you. Me and Kendrick got locked and loaded for WWE Payback on September 2nd. But like I said earlier, I listen. WWE SummerSlam was okay show, and that's all I gotta say. And I give it a 4. And I was gonna give it a 4, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna give it a 6. Even though SummerSlam was okay for what it was, and I give it a 6. And that's all I gotta say from here. But why did here's what one thing that here's one thing that really bothers me. If we know that we saw Dakota Kai at SummerSlam, why did Dakota Kai did not turn on Bailey? That's the only answer I want to know down below in the comment section. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE SummerSlam review and highlights, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below on what your thoughts on WWE SummerSlam. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video before you connect with me the right way. And also, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or when I go live 3 days a week on YouTube, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will go live tomorrow on YouTube. And all I gotta say is shout out to new followers on Twitch. And shout out to the Wicked One for coming to my stream on Twitch. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, this your boy Big Boy Fact Shot TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. And I will see you guys live tomorrow on YouTube. And that's all I gotta say from here. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys live tomorrow on YouTube. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.